this week's Dinosaur Simulator update, we have a bunch of new additions to the game. First, we have some new crossover skins. Next, we have a few new remodels. And finally, a new playable. Let's check it out. Before we get into it, I'd like to show that they added the APEX Hothead Megavore, which is this new skin they're planning to release for Megavore. It's going to be completely different from the normal Hothead. I think you could only play as this guy in the testing game, which is closed right now, unfortunately. But yeah, there's no way to acquire this skin right now. It's just in-game as sort of a test. Alright, so here we have the new playable. This is the Basilosaurus. And this is actually a prehistoric whale, not a fish or any sort of reptile, even though the name ends in saurus, which means lizard. This thing is decently sized. I am adult right now, and here are its stats. Obviously, I'm not elder yet, but here are the elder stats. Now let's check out some of its animations. So this is the idle animation, kind of just floats there. And the swim animation, it goes like this. Tail moves up and down like a whale. And here is the sprint swim animation. It looks like the tail just moves a little faster. Alright, now let's check out the attacks. This is going to be the normal attack. Just a bite. I think there's only one attack animation. This guy actually has a surprisingly fast attack rate for a creature of this size. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. Okay, AoE does like sort of a bite combo. Nice. Alright, now let's hear the roar. So this is going to be the R roar. Alright, and here's the call. And the growl. Alright, now let's check out its eat animation. So we have some fish right here. Let's see what that looks like if I can move. Alright, that should be good enough. Okay. Alright, next up we have the Helicoprion remodel. And for some reason they decided to give its eyes this kind of look. I don't know if I agree with this. It looks kind of funny. Like it looks like the cartoon character eyes. Maybe this is like scientifically accurate or something, I don't know. But just the face just looks a little funny to me. But the model is pretty solid. I don't see any gaps in the movement along the tail or the back at all. And yeah, let's check out some of its animations. So this is the swim animation. Alright, now the sprint swim animation. Okay, the sprint swim animation is actually fairly different. The whole entire body moves instead of just the tail in the normal swim animation. The idle animation I don't think is anything special. It kind of just like floats there. Alright, let's check out the attacks now. This is going to be the normal attack. Okay, kind of just bites. And oh, if you look at the mouth, you can see it doesn't actually have any teeth in the upper jaw. Only this little rotating thing on its lower jaw. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It just seems kind of weird to see a shark without like normal teeth. Alright, now let's check out the AoE. Alright, the AoE is very similar to the Basilosaurus's, where it does this like combo, like this bite combo. Alright, now let's check out its roars. I don't think sharks can roar, but that AoE sounded pretty loud. Alright, here's going to be the R roar. Jeez, wow, that is a very loud sound coming from a shark. I thought they were fairly silent. And the call. Okay, wow, that was pretty loud too. And the growl. Alright, now let's check out the eat animation. Interesting, okay. I like how it bends its neck, I guess is what you would call it when it tries to eat. Alright, next up we have a skin for the Helicoprion actually. This is called the Executioner Helicoprion. And this is a remodel of an older skin. I don't really know what these things are that are attached to its head, it looks like. It looks like rags or something. It's like floating backwards. I do like this spike theme that is going on. You can see they added spikes along this part, on the fins and the tail and everything. The animations are actually quite different from the normal Helicoprion. This is the idle, and this is the swim. the sprint swim. I guess the sprint swim is kind of similar because it does move its whole body decent amount. And alright, like here is the normal attack. Alright, so it's just bites, I guess. And just like the normal Helicoprion, this guy does not have any teeth on its upper jaw, which is really weird. Because like, I mean, oh, it actually has two different attack animations if you look closely. It does the bottom to down bite. I think there's another version. It's very subtle. Now let's check out the AoE. The AoE animation is also the same. It does that bite combo. Like it does that instead of something cool. I thought this guy would do like a flip or use its like chainsaw mouth or something like that, but all it does is this. Alright, I don't think this guy has any roars, or maybe it's like silent on purpose, or the roars didn't load in correctly, because when I press roar, this is what happens. This is the animation for it. It's still playing. That's nice. And this is the call. Guess we can't showcase the sounds, only the animations. And this is the growl. Yeah, maybe they didn't properly add the sounds, or maybe I'm just glitched out. Whatever the case may be, unfortunately no roars. It looks like the E animation's like the exact same thing too. Another skin that they decided to remodel is the RakeBaby skin for Guanlong, and this is what it looks like. It actually looks way cooler than the original model. Well, mostly because the original model was basically like a joke skin for April Fools, but this thing looks pretty sick actually. Let's check out some of its animations. So this is the idle animation, kind of just like chills there. The walk animation looks pretty good. I like how these little arms move too. And here is the sprint animation. Pretty nice. And let's check out the attacks now. So this is going to be the click attack or the normal attack. Okay, I'd say this isn't that great. I guess it's cool that it alternates between arms, but all it does is like poke you with its arms for its attack animation. Let's check out the AoE now. Okay, the AoE is decent. It does this like bite thing combined with its arms. That's pretty cool. One thing you'll notice is that they actually made this guy like a serious model now. So all the roars, all those like meme sound effects, they got rid of. So if I roar right now, there's actually like a legitimate animation. Same thing with the run. I think it used to do like the anime run where it had like its arms behind its back, but now it's like a serious run. Same thing with the call. Dang, that was a long animation and sound effect. I didn't expect that. And the growl. The growl was pretty short. But yeah, now all of the sound effects are serious. They got rid of all the songs. I think it was like Megalovania they had before as one of the roars or something like that. Alright, next up we have the crossover skins. And I have to say, crossover skins as like a series has got to be like the best skin series there is on Dinosaur Simulator. Like, just look at this thing. Look at the model. The model alone is just infinitely better than the default Dilophosaurus model. To the point where I think if a dinosaur gets a crossover skin, there's no point in using the default model anymore. The crossover is just infinitely better. But let's check out some of this guy's animations. This is the walk animation. Looks pretty smooth as expected. And the run animation, also pretty good. Alright, now let's check out the attacks. I'm expecting some good stuff from the animations here. Okay, the bite animation looks really crisp. Look how it's like snapping its neck forward and like chomping down. Pretty good. And the AoE. Okay, so it does like a bite, I think, and some arm slaps. It reminds me of like that, I think it was Suko or Barry, one of the AoE animations where like it looks like it's like slamming down. Pretty good, pretty good. Now let's hear some of its roars. This is the R-roar. Wow, the animation for that was really in sync with the sound effects. I don't know, do these guys actually have custom sounds? That would be insane if all the crossovers had custom sound effects too. Alright, here is the call. That was an incredible animation. Dang, that was... The animation was perfectly in sync with the sound effect. And here is the growl. Pretty damn good. I'm really impressed by this Dilophosaurus crossover skin. Now let's check out the E animation. Pretty good. Yeah, overall I am really impressed with this crossover skin. And now let's see the drink animation. You see, you can tell this guy has two animations for E and drink. This drink animation looks completely different from the E animation, which I'm very glad that they did it this way. Alright, next up is probably one of my favorite crossover skins in this update, which is the crossover Concavenator. And here, like, look at the animations on this guy. The idle is, I guess the idle is pretty chilled, there's nothing going on, but if you look at the walk animation, it looks really realistic. Like, it's perfectly in sync with the speed and everything. And the sprint animation looks even better. Look at that. The whole body is moving when it's like sprinting. And now let's check out some of its attacks. So this is going to be the normal attack. Wow, that bite. Oh, okay. It looks like there's two different animations too. There's the one where it like swings its head up first and then bites down like that. And then the other one, it like rears its neck backwards and then like chomps. Looks like the inside of its mouth is purple. That's a really cool design choice. I like it. And I also like this like neck thing it has going on here, which I don't know if this is like there's fossil evidence of this thing being real, but if there isn't, it still looks really cool. Alright, now let's check out the AoE animation. Okay, so it looks like there is no AoE. I'm pretty sure that was not intentional, considering they did so well on the other part of the animation. But maybe it's just glitched or something like that happened, who knows. Alright, now let's check out the roars. This is the R roar. Okay, so it looks like this neck flap thing is sort of like a crest, like the Dilophosaurus. Wow, it even has like tongue patterns. That is a really cool detail. But anyways, like I was saying, it's more like the frill of the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus, but like under its neck. Because when I roar, it like flares up. Okay, now this is the call. Wow, these are some like very advanced sound effects with pretty good animations that go along with it. And I think most of these are actually custom sound effects, because I went to the default Dilo and the Dilophosaurus did not have those epic sound effects. Alright, now is the growl animation. Everything about this model just feels very premium and well made. Almost like it's too good to belong to Dinosaur Simulator. Alright, now let's check out the E animation. Wow, that E animation looks really good. The entire body moves during the E animation, instead of like usually just the head and neck. Very well done. And let's see the drink animation now. Yeah, the drink and E are completely different animations, unlike most dinosaurs. So, alright, finally we have the crossover Dacentrurus. And this is probably going to be the last one since I was unable to get the crossover Allo. And here's the idle animation. I guess it kind of just like sits there. The leg moves a little bit, turns its head sometimes, which is pretty nice. And now let's check out the walking animation. The walking animation is decent, I'd like to say, but I feel like some of the others had way better walking animations. Let's check out the running. Running animation's pretty good. So that's pretty solid. Alright, now let's see the attacks. So this is going to be the normal attack. That is very surprising. It does a bite for its normal attack, even though it has this giant tail thing that it could use. And this is like a herbivore too, so very weird choice, but I like it. Alright, now for the AoE. Oh, okay. AoE animation looks great. It does like a tail swing, and it's like neck moves too. Alright, that is the normal E animation. Now let's see how similar the drink animation is. Alright, so this is a good example of the eat and drink animations being very similar. You could argue that there's not much you could do for a Dacentrurus to have animations that differ. But yeah, I'm glad that they are adding more crossover skins. These things look really good. And I'm also pretty satisfied with all the other stuff that they added, especially the Basilosaurus. Very excited to play as that creature. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.